I want to begin talking about the pen tool. I want to show you the shortcut keys. Why I think it's important that you know the shortcut keys is that it will save you time. And what I recommend is that you write these down big on a piece of paper while you're working so you can glance at it. Um, I think that the process of looking at what you've written down and remembering the shortcut key and using it will help you focus more on what the specific tool is and when you need to use it for different circumstances. Of course, the tools are over here and you can always just click on them and take them from there. For example, the black arrow is the selection tool. If you click on that or hover over that, you'll see the shortcut there is a V. You just press the V key. And the selection tool is used for selecting objects so that you can modify them in various ways. For example, I could scale this down. I'm holding down the Shift key to constrain the proportions. The direct selection tool is used for selecting paths and anchor points. For example, again, I can pick it from here, but the shortcut is A. And if I go over here and sort of move around this, you'll notice that different things are highlighting. And they're hard to see, but the indicators are the smart guides and they'll tell you what you're hovering over so that you can click on it. So for example, now I'm over the anchor point tool and I can select that, and with just that selected I can modify it. Press Command Z to undo. Another thing is you don't have to try so hard to find it. You can click and drag over it and find it. The direct selection tool also lets you modify direction handles. That's something important to keep in mind. I'll switch back to the selection tool by hitting the V key, and you'll notice now that I have the shape selected. Once again, I can interact with the entire shape. If I then go and get the direct selection tool by pressing the A key, it's important to note that you'll notice that all of these anchor points are filled in. That means that they're all selected. So you need to be careful if you begin with the entire object selected and then shift to the direct selection tool. You will need to click off so they're not all selected. If they were all selected and you go to use the direct selection tool, it's going to act like it were the selection tool and everything is going to be moved. We also want to begin then to look at the pen tool. The most important ones that we'll be working with are the pen tool itself and the anchor point tool. Those are the main ones. If I go over here and I'll get my selection tool and click on the pen tool and hold down, you'll notice there's a fly out here and I can pull it over. So essentially we have the pen tool here and you'll see the P. The anchor point tool is the very last one over here and it has Shift C as I've noted. If it's helpful for you, you can keep this fly out open, but because we're going to be using the shortcut keys, it really shouldn't be necessary. The last tool is the curvature tool. It is a unique tool in the way it lets you sort of dynamically draw curves. You will notice that if you hover over this, I don't quite have the shortcut correct. So I'm going to go down here with my type tool and add here. It's the key below the tilde, which looks like that.